Always good when you can scare your wife when you're out on a pier. This is the home port for the SS Badger. No, I don't need to go find the stairs. We're halfway up already and she asked me if I want to go find the stairs. Well, good afternoon and welcome to Michigan. We left our campground at Silver Lake for the evening anyway. We stopped and got some ice cream right next to the campground, and now, Rachel, where are we headed?
Going to the Ludington North Breakwater Light, is that right?
Yes.
I might have mixed up the words.
It's near Ludington State Park. I forget, there's a park we're actually going to, which we're hoping to find parking in the area to go see the lighthouse. So that's the goal. It looks like a pretty neat one if you look at our map or whatever. What do we think of Michigan so far? It's pretty flat.
I haven't seen that much of it yet.
We're enjoying the campground at Silver Lake though. You know, it's different, but definitely a busy place and definitely full of people with off-road vehicles for the dunes. I think the dunes there are the main attraction, which we spent all day out on the dunes pretty much. Who knows, maybe tomorrow morning we'll walk out on the sand dunes and that'll be what this episode will be about. We'll have to wait and see. But now, we're off to Ludington. Alright, we have made it to the Ludington Breakwaters. This is the Ludington North, I believe. It's a rather small lighthouse by the looks of it, but still pretty cool. And this pier, I don't know, I think it's cool.
Yeah, you can tell the difference between the water over there and the water out there.
So if you don't know, the ship's mooring area is here, or boats or whatever. And so the breakwaters basically just keeps it calm for the ships to, you know, tie up the docks and stuff.
And it's definitely doing that. Like, look how choppy it is. And how much more calm it is.
Yeah, it looks really nice and calm over there. So, good stuff. There's a lot of sailboats out here. This seems to be a popular place for people with sailboats. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know, quite a few.
These ponds are warm, so the water is warm. Tickle, tickle, tickle!
So normally on the channel you'll see us finding the National Geological Survey markers at the top of a mountain somewhere, at the top of a ridge. Well, here in Michigan you find them out on the breakwaters. Yeah, you'll find those at various places, and what they were originally used for, I do know for sure, to create accurate maps and things of different regions. And so they're put in places of significance. That's what everything else is based off of. So yeah, we're gonna go check out the Ludington Lighthouse. We're just walking out the pier here into the depths of Lake Michigan. You know, if you look at a lot of lighthouses, and they all seemingly look the same, But this one seems like it's a little different from most of them, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
I've never seen a lighthouse that looks like this before.
It's short and like triangle. The base is anyway.
It almost kind of looks like a ship on the front of it. It's pretty neat, actually. And I think I read somewhere, I'm pretty sure it's this one that's leaning slightly because something's wrong with the concrete. So it's interesting.
Well, that's something my knees.
Yeah. Okay. Always good when you can scare your wife when you're out on a pier. Ludington, this is the home port for the SS Badger, which is the ferry that goes across Lake Michigan. That happens daily. You can take cars and RVs, and we've actually watched several other channels, people take their RV across Lake Michigan from here. So that's kind of the significance of this, and then, you know, this being the breakwaters keeps it smooth over here for the ferry to come in and dock and all that stuff. So that's pretty cool. I believe it's a very expensive boat ride though, but it does save you quite a bit of time if you're trying to get to the other side. And as you can see, the other side is pretty far away. You can't even see it from here. So like I said, it's a long way. It's not like that ferry we did down in Delaware where like you can see the other side from which port you're on. No such thing here with Lake Michigan. Friends, I was just telling you about the SS Badger, and lo and behold, here's the SS Badger. Alright, well friends, good morning. Hope you enjoyed our time at the Ludington Lighthouse yesterday. That was pretty fun. We're back here at Silver Lake where we're camped, and today's gonna be a little bit of a relaxing day for the most part. We're going out to the sand dunes to take the kids swimming, but then we're gonna kind of just do some maintenance items. We gotta fill the camper up with water. We gotta all get showered and cleaned up and stuff, and
Fill up the truck with gas.
Fill up the truck with gas because tomorrow's a travel day, and we should be able to make it all the way to Traverse City on a tank of gas. So if we start full, then we don't have to worry about gas stations. At some point, I want to go over to the pedestrian area and walk out on the dunes because I want that experience as part of this. So maybe after Rachel is done with work. Is that what we decided?
I don't know. I thought we were going to paddleboard.
We're going to do that too. So paddleboarding and all sorts of fun stuff is going to be maybe a part of this episode. We won't show you much of the off-road area because we've shown you that already. We'll just kind of breeze through this quickly, and then we'll get into whatever is different and new about this day. Alright, well these kids have just been itching to get in the water. I have no idea why, because the air's cold, the water's cold, and yeah, I don't see myself swimming in it. But there they go. So
It's a lot calmer today.
yeah, the water seems nice.
Flat.
This is a really enjoyable place for everybody, you know, because the kids can swim, we can sit here and watch people do crazy stuff behind us, and I'm just gonna sit in the chair here and finish my coffee. That's what I'm gonna do. We all good? We enjoying ourselves?
I think so. I found cough drops, so hopefully that should help.
She's been suffering from some bronchitis, so this has not been her favorite vacation thus far because of that, but we're hoping it gets better. So I might have said this in last week's episode, I'm not sure, but this off-road area, yeah, you can have a lot of fun just driving around on the dunes and stuff, and we did a lot of that yesterday. You can also just drive right down here to the beach. You can take your paddleboard or kayaks and stuff out on Lake Michigan. It's smooth, it's calm, it's beautiful out here. The weather's great. I mean, you could have a picnic here. There's a food truck. The food truck's not open right at the moment, which doesn't make any sense to me, but bring a picnic. You know, this is better than any beach I've ever experienced. Now, the water is a little chilly, but I think if I was a person that liked the water, you'd really enjoy swimming out there, to be honest with you. It's so calm and clear and stuff. As you can see, that way there's like nobody. There's a lot of people down that way, but like it's not like an overwhelming crowd like you would get like at East Coast beaches on the ocean. There's room to disperse and really enjoy yourselves and relax. I mean, I've been sitting on a chair out here for like an hour and a half. The kids have been having a great time. I mean, the only thing that's kind of a pain is to have to air down your tires to come out here. But like I said, there's a place to air up. Here at the Welcome Center, they have air compressor available for you to fill up your truck's tires with air. So, yeah, we're gonna scoot around the dunes some with the truck because that is fun to just kind of romp on it, go up the hills and stuff. We got to go back to the campground. Rachel's got to work. She's been doing this kind of half-day thing. She works half a day and takes half a day PTO. I have some chores to get done, and then we're going to cook dinner, and then after dinner we're going to walk out on the pedestrian part of the sand dunes, which is over that way, and so we're going to show you that too. So this is turning out to be a pretty good vacation in my opinion, so good for everybody. So it might seem a little bit absurd that we got to put water in a bladder to go literally to right there, but you'd need, I don't know, a good 100 feet of hose probably to get that far. Looks like it's getting close to being full, but I got a new pump that I'm going to try to get it from here to there. So that's what this is about. We'll talk about that. This is the drill pump I originally bought for this process, and while it does work, it uses an awful lot of battery power from the drill. It's just really not efficient. But these pumps, both of them, come with two male ends. So you need a female to female to attach it to anything. I really don't understand that. They're both Harbor Freight. This one was, I think it was like 70 bucks, so a bit pricey compared to this option, which was like $15. This takes a long time, consumes drill batteries. I'll show you why I didn't want this in the first place, but why I now realize this makes a lot more sense. So yeah, this I thought was a good idea, not so much. Still, we'll keep it because it's light and it's small and it's not really causing me grief. Something else in the realm of silly things is the outflow for the bladder is like down here, which is kind of a really dumb location. I might use this hose, hook that up to that. That way the pump's not in this precarious spot. I was worried if we were boondocking somewhere, I wouldn't have a power source for an electric pump. Dumb me forgot you got a plug right there. Now, I don't know if the truck has to be running for that plug to work or not, but I have it running because I don't want to run my battery dry and have to jump the truck. And I don't know how much power this thing uses, but when I kind of calculated the numbers, the pump should take about 5 minutes to pump everything out of this bladder. So if the truck's got to sit and idle for 5 minutes while we're boondocking somewhere, that ain't the end of the world. Now, in a place like this, if I had enough extension cord or the electrical post was close, you could just run power to it that way. Here, I don't have enough cord to reach anywhere, and I didn't want to move stuff around to get the truck closer, but it's going to work out way, way better. You can tell it creates pressure. You just don't want this process to be a pain in the butt. You want it to go easily, and look how much that's deflated already. And this has only been, I don't know, 30 seconds maybe? That's the new pump, and yeah, having this hose that it came with, that's convenient because the pump can be sitting over here, not over here. Seems to work pretty good. So yeah, the truck has to be running for that outlet in the back to work. But like I said, really not a big deal. I'll shut it off for a second just to see. On Ram, there's a button under the dash on the driver's side to turn that outlet on. I knew that there was a button, I just couldn't figure out where it was. I had to look for quite a while actually to find it. The truck bed one is convenient. I always wondered what that might be convenient for. Well, now I know. Alright, we are over at the Silver Lake pedestrian dune access area. I don't think what we're doing right now is actually the trail that you're supposed to do. I think there's like a set of stairs that leads you up. But for whatever reason, we have decided to climb up this really steep sand pile.
Did you want to go find the stairs?
No, I don't need to go find the stairs. We're halfway up already, and she asked me if I want to go find the stairs. We climbed that stone cold trail in the dolly sods. We can, with 30-pound packs on, this ought to be no sweat, right? How was the workout?
Can't breathe.
For reference, the exit to the off-road area is just over there, so you'll be able to see people coming by. So like when Rachel's parents was up here the other day, they were up here and they were able to see us in the Ram over there driving around. But you can't walk around too much when you're over in the off-road area. When you're driving, it's hard enough to see other vehicles and stuff, let alone people. So they don't want you out walking around. So I wanted a walking around experience here at the dunes. And so here we are at the pedestrian area. And yeah, it's different. It's different. So hopefully you can see over there, that's Silver Lake behind Rachel. And then if you turn around, if you look that way, it don't show up in the camera, but Lake Michigan is over there. It's over there. So, I'd love to know, friends, how this area was formed, or like what created this here. If there's any local Michiganders in the audience, you know, maybe you could tell me in the comments how this area was formed. And, you know, secondly, if you're a Michigander and you're new to the channel and discovered us through this episode, welcome. We're glad to have you here. Our adventures don't just include Michigan, pretty much everything up and down the Atlantic. So, it's just this place, it fascinates me. I'm in love with it. I don't know why, but just the scenery here is something I've never seen before. We've been all over the place, and I've just never seen anything like this. So, very appreciative of it, very big fan of it. The off-roading was great. Loved every minute of that. Hanging out down on the coast this morning was awesome. We're gonna hike up this hill now. I don't know if we talked about it on camera, but I know we talked about when you looked at the map earlier, that's actually the smallest portion
Yes.
of this landscape.
Yeah.
And when you're over there at the off-road area,
It's huge.
but you come over here to the pedestrian area, and you can really see,
It just keeps going.
you can really tell that that's the smallest portion of this. And look over just behind Rachel. You can see Lake Michigan over there, but look at the landscape around us from the top of this hill. It's just phenomenal. You don't want to walk down any of these dunes
Oh man.
because walking up is gonna be a chore. So, you know, just know your limits. Alright, well friends, we're sad to say we're leaving Silver Lake State Park, but the episode's not quite over. We're headed over to a farmer's market that's not very far away from here. It's actually between here and Ludington, so if you wanted to do this as like a day trip, or like if you go see the Ludington Lighthouse, maybe stop there on your way back. We just didn't know about it. We're gonna stop there and the kids are gonna get to pet animals and it should be a fun experience. And of course then we're headed up to Traverse City State Park, so the series will continue up there next week. But the farmer's market is where we're going now. As soon as we get all the tanks dumped up here at the glorious dump station.
Okay, well that's a hard no.
Alright, well that does it for the Up North Farmers Market. Is that what it was called?
Yeah, I liked it. I think the kids liked it. They got to meet the animals, and it was a nice stop.
Is it everything that you hoped?
We didn't get to try any like cider there, so we were there pretty early. So
it's a little bit too early for alcohol.
That's okay.
Yeah, but we're headed to Traverse City State Park, so that'll be next week's episode, Thursday at 5 o'clock, just like always. Thanks for watching. We'll see you then.